Hey everyone, this is Cubastic and welcome to my channel. I have 3 incredible puzzles on my desk today and I'm going to show them to you. All of them are a bit similar to Rubik's Cube. These are mechanical puzzles and believe me, each of them has a rather tricky mechanism hidden inside. But looking at these puzzles, it's not clear if they are easy or if they are incredibly complex. In today's video we will solve such a clover cube with a little secret. These parts look like petals. For some reason everyone thinks these are clover petals, which is why it is called clover cube. We will look at the mechanism hidden here. And also, here we have such a very tricky cube that looks from a certain angle just like an ordinary simple puzzle. But you just need to change the angle a little bit and you can already see how complex this puzzle is. Well, we'll return to this diamond-shaped puzzle at the end of the video. But now we'll start with perhaps the simplest puzzle for today. This is such a pyraminx with a strange circle in the center. I don't know what it looks like, write in the comments. Mercedes logo apparently, but still we're here not to compare it to a car, but to solve it. Well, an unusual pyraminx. Let's learn how it turns. Well, as in an ordinary pyraminx, we can turn the corners. But look, along with each corner, 2 central parts turn too. I'm still very interested in whether I can turn these white details here. And in general, what is it? Maybe it's just a part of the internal mechanism. That is, by moving one corner, we move 2 central parts, like half a pyramid. And you can also turn it like this, like a face of a Rubik's Cube. Listen, it seems to me that this particular puzzle will not be difficult. Because I already see specific similarities to a standard pyraminx, which, by the way, can be solved very quickly. $3.56. So, why an ordinary pyraminx is similar to this puzzle? It has additional parts and even edges, and we don't have them here. But in fact, these edge parts are just hidden inside. Here it is, a part that has, for example, 2 colors. It is inside, but if we turn 45 degrees, we see it, blue and yellow. And the same part is here it is, but it is inside. As for these central parts, they are just hidden inside. Here they are, white parts. So I propose to solve this pyraminx the same way as the usual one, but we ignore the first stage, solve the edges first. Yellow, yellow, but here we have another yellow part and it must somehow be moved here. Now I have to combine it with the yellow corner. Like this, and oh, there are also problems with corners. Pyraminx are very similar to each other, as you can see. Okay, we have solved the yellow side, now we need to understand what to do next. To begin with, I must have acted like this. Now I need to put the edges in place. Conventionally, this edge you see coincides with the corners, but this one doesn't. So we need to put here not yellow-green but yellow-red. Here it is, we just get it out and put it here. Then we put yellow-green here. And the pyramid is solving. Well, in fact, I'm lucky. This situation is called skewb, but a more complicated situation may look different. Let's try to solve one of these, but now at speed, and see how quickly I can cope with this puzzle unknown to me until today. So let's start by solving corners first. The yellow side, now we put the edges in place, then we put red-yellow here. Red-yellow position, green, yellow in its place, but we need to turn it over. Turn it over with the usual algorithm and the last is also turned over. Here it was possible to act a little differently, but nevertheless. And then again I have to flip 2 edges, as you can see, and this is done with the usual algorithm. Oh, 26 seconds! Listen, it really turned out to be a simple puzzle, although it looked very tricky. I give it 3 out of 10 in complexity. Well, it's time to solve this clover cube. You know, I have one. It's scrambled because it's really hard to solve. That's how the parts move here. That is, we take the edge and, in fact, turn the detail in this oval cutout. And listen, it really looks scary, because as you can see, I still haven't solved this cube. I solved it only once in my entire life. Let's see if this cube is the same. Well, it looks like it's the same, but actually the edge here doesn't turn, because there's a whole face turning. And it looks pretty weird. But whether it's easier or harder, it's still unknown. Okay, let's try. That is, we turn the cube. The whole sides of this cube are turning. One side has such 4 semicircles combined, the second face is the same, and the central face is generally looks like a little panties. Can we call it that? And accordingly it moves in all planes. Let's try to scramble this puzzle. And you know what? In general, it seems to me that this is an ordinary 3x3. Let's compare. I have such a Rubik's Cube. Well, we can turn the right side here and here. So accordingly, this is going to be an edge, this is going to be a corner, and this corner consists of 3 colors, just like in a regular Rubik's Cube. But it's kind of hidden behind the edges. The only thing that is not here is the central part, so this cube will be a little bit more complicated than 3x3. But how much? Let's see right now. First 3x3. Three, two, start. Oh, the wrong algorithm. However, 12:47 is my average time in regular 3x3. And let's not waste the time, let's immediately solve this clover cube 3x3 at speed. The only thing, I don't know where to start, because there are no centers at all. But let's start. It is rather difficult to turn it like an ordinary 3x3. Not that it physically turns badly, but I simply can't think of it like it's a 3x3 in general. Yeah, well, here I used my beginner method, a method using which you can solve any Rubik's Cube quite quickly and efficiently, even if you have never solved it before. This video is also on my channel, check it out. But what is this? It looks like H case, double eyes. Yeah, this algorithm helped us. And what is this? Here I will experiment, I'm not sure about it. What the hell? This situation is not possible on 3x3. It turns out it's a parity? Oh, really? There are no central parts here, so we could just start from the wrong side. For example, white color could possibly be not here, but here. So let's do it then. Just move the white color here. Maybe I will guess. Then we adjust the white edges to it, the last ones. Other edges fall into place and all that is left… What is this? What happened? It didn't work, I'm sorry. Here we need to guess what kind of situation this is. But well, this is understandable. This is a perm and… I solved it. 1.46. God, that's long enough. 1 minute 46 seconds. I don't know how to evaluate this Rubik's Cube in complexity, but in incomprehensibility I will give it 5 points. Fake clover cube, which is actually a 3x3 cube without centers. It's hard to imagine, but you just saw it. A cool puzzle, I would advise it to those who are just beginning their journey in speed cubing. And now we're moving on to the puzzle that looks really amazing. Okay, it is just a skewb. At first glance, it's a usual puzzle where we have to turn all the cube around the corner. But it's not a simple skewb, but a double, or what is it called? Here we have not 6 sides as usual, but 12. And the weirdest thing is there's a face of the same color opposite each face. Green opposite green, white opposite white, and so on. I'm scared to scramble this puzzle, because I think it's gonna be much harder to solve it than it seems. For example, this is a usual skewb. It looks almost the same. There's a big square central detail and there are these triangular corners. Okay, let's try to scramble it. That's it. And it's solved this way. Here we're turning almost most of the cube together with the corner part. And the central parts also change their places. And it's solved this way. We first solve all the corners around the white center. At least that's what I do. And then I have to solve everything else. First the yellow side with a simple algorithm. In this case I call the corners the yellow side. And then I need to move the centers. I think I need to do an algorithm like this. Oh, okay, that is, as you can see, such a puzzle solves quickly. Let's now try to turn our double skewb-like cube. So I hold it like a skewb and turn it. Okay. Okay, I'll tell you, this one turns badly. But such strange puzzles always don't turn very well, but they are valued for something else. For the fact that they look strange, scary, and it's difficult to solve them. You know, it seems to me that this is not so skewb-like puzzle, but again, a puzzle more like a regular Rubik's cube. If we hold it not like skewb, but flip it a little bit like this, then we can see for sure that we have a central part, an edge, and a corner. And this is nothing more than 3x3. The only thing here is that the center has 4 colors, the edges have 1 color, and the center is the usual 3 colors. Okay, let's try to solve this cube as a 3x3. Nice, I didn't expect this. But I'm pretty sure that there will be a lot of parity. Okay, let's start. Let's start the timer right away. So it will be interesting to know how much time it will take me to go with this puzzle for the first time in my life. Here we go. The first thing I want to do is combine the central parts with the edges. That is white near white, green near green, then we have to put the corners here. In addition to one center, we combine other neighboring centers with these edges. And most importantly, between these centers can also be one part of a certain color. Between 2 red centers red, between 2 yellow yellow, it is already in place, and so on. So now we put the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn! This is the case when the puzzle seemed simple but turned out to be much more complicated. So I kept trying to solve it. It's already 6 minutes 36 seconds. Something strange. Damn, it doesn't match again. But why? God, it's very difficult. Look, well, it seems to be solved, but this is only a part. Great. Next, we have to solve the last top layer, and this is as always the most difficult, especially when it is necessary not to disturb the position of the centers. I don't know how to do it. The timer has already turned off. As I said in my tutorial, if you don't know what to do soon. It doesn't change the orientation of the centers, but it can swap the edges. Let's try to do soon, for example, from here. This way, like this, well, like this way, this way. Oh, and then we have a properly solved cross at the top, but in that case the corner is flipped. Well, no matter, it's not so bad. Next, I need to orient the corners correctly. And what do we get? Everything is fine, we have correctly oriented corners. But now I need to swap them, well, for example, using a usual A-perm. Everything is fine except for this damn center. And now it remains to turn it over. How should I do it? It can be done simply by using the same algorithm that turns the center 90 degrees. And then we will do it again by turning all the parts back and again 90 degrees. Well, for example, J-perm scrolled and lowered. Yes! I did it! God, so small, so diamond, but so complex cube. At first I was sure that it was just an ordinary 3x3, and I was right, but in terms of complexity this cube is much more tougher. I give him 8 out of 10 in difficulty. That's how sometimes unfamiliar to you puzzles that look quite simple can hide inside them either the ease of solving them or simply impossibility. Write in the comments which of these puzzles you liked the most, and be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Next will be even more interesting. That was Cubastic, bye everyone and have a good time. Well, this one is crazy. Really.